What is up, people? You've got the Oracle there, and we are back on MTGO for a new draft. Guildpact is now available, which is pretty nice. It opens up some more options. That pack is quite decent. Last Gasp and Helldozer are fine black cards, but I think Galvanic Arc is just better. And I think it's a pretty sweet card with, a lot of options. You get a lot of options with that card because you have Aura Touched Mage that can fetch an aura. You have the Drake that bounce back an aura. I think it's nice and funny. And the two black cards were probably quite similar in terms of power level. I think Last Gasp is worse than Arc, but Helldozer is pretty good. But triple black in a set where you are supposed to play 2 or 3 color. I mean, mostly 3-color deck is not the best. So I think, yeah, Galvanic Arc is slightly better here. I think I will go with Trumpeter, which I think is one of the best cards of the pack alongside Brain Spoil and Grudian. But since I just passed 2 quite good black cards, I don't mind staying out of black for now. And the Trumpeter is like completely fine. Alright. So I think I will take a white creature here. I think Griffin is slightly better than Equinote unless you are straight up Celestia with a bunch of token. Now Patrol is not bad. Should just take the Griffin though. I think that card is pretty decent. It's slightly unappealing. I might just take Remand because I do like that card a lot, and I could be really happy by playing a blue, white, red control deck with EZ card and a bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, I think I will go with Remand and try to build just a funny deck with, I mean, at least what I find to be funny. So counter spells, removal, and switch synergies basically. Alright, the best cards here are clearly green. Scatter the Seeds and Wayfinder are much better than anything else in this pack. So I think I will go with that. And if we don't end up in blue, well, it be what it be. I could be playing Boros, Selesnya, Gruul. It's pretty well supported. I mean, Naya is a pretty well supported color combination because you have quite a lot of. You have 3 guilds in total, which is the maximum amount of guild you can have in 3 colors, obviously. I think Wayfinder is slightly better than Scatter the Seeds, unless you are sure that you are playing a double color deck and not a triple color deck. Yeah, I will go with Wayfinder. I do like Scatter the Seeds a lot, but I think, as I mentioned, Wayfinder might be slightly better. And if I get enough fixing, I could also end up with a crazy, I don't know, 4 or 5 color deck. I will take Drake Familiar here. Whatever. It be what it be. It might not be the best choice. I could also end up with a blue-green red deck, and I will not get a lot of things pack 1 and 2, but I will get both Gruul and EZ Guild in Guildpact, so maybe it's something. But when I have Galvanic Arc, I just want to pick my Drake Familiars. Like, Entrancer is fine, is great, the Snapping Drake is fine, but I want to do something funny here. Something a bit crazy. Alright, that pack is pretty bad. I guess there's a Signet, but it's kinda off color. Like, black is probably the only color I don't really want to play. On the other end, Recollect is not appealing. Might just take the Patrol in case I don't end up playing green, which could definitely happen. Alright, Sprite is not bad. It's I think I like it a bit more than Informant, unless I'm straight up playing Meal. Informant is not bad, but the issue I think with this card is if you are a bit behind on tempo and on board, you don't have enough time to use the ability. The body is pretty much irrelevant, so it's not my favorite. It's not bad. Some people like it more than me, but I'm not a big fan of the Informant. And Sprite is just fine. It's never a card you will be extremely happy to play with, but it's fine. It works very well with Fiery Conclusion though. I do like that interaction. Yeah. I mean, Fiery Conclusion again is not my favorite, but if I have enough Surveilling Sprite and stuff like that, token producing card, I could see myself playing that. Alright, yeah. I'll try to assemble as much Sprite and Conclusion as I can, and as much Familiar and Galvanic Arc as I can. This is gonna be the goal today. Telling Time is not bad, especially when you are playing some, combo-y card, I would say. It helps you find the pieces you are missing, or it helps you putting back on the bottom things that would not be useful because you don't have the aura or you don't have the sprite or whatever. So it's a fine card overall, but especially good when you are playing a synergistic deck. Alright, Sundering Vitae is probably the card I'm the more likely to play here. And at this point, I'm pretty much blue-red with two sweet combo, Galvanic Arc Familiar and Sprite Conclusion, and I might either go in white or maybe green. It's not really clear. I guess it really depends on what I'll get next. But that is, one of my... It's probably just my favorite guild. And the cards are quite powerful and fun to play with, so it's definitely sweet to have a bunch of blue and red cards so far. Alright, Slasher is pretty bad. I think I will just take Model the Mixture, which is main deckable. I mean, anything with Transmute is pretty much main deckable, but it's also a very solid sideboard option. Smash is also pretty good. There are some threatening artifacts in this set, and people tend to play some Signet, so it's not bad at all. I will not main deck it, but I would not main deck it, but it's definitely a nice thing to have in the side. Same with Leave No Trace. I don't really mind if my opponent wants to play Plague Boiler. It's actually not bad, but it's not overly threatening either. Model the Mixture can fetch me a Drake, which is great for the Galvanic Arc. It can fetch me a Fiery Conclusion, which is great if I have a Surveilling Sprite. Ooh, and we've opened a Dream Leech. That's great. That's basically a mind control on an tapped permanent, which is a bit worse than a mind control because you cannot steal a vigilance creature, but a bit better than a regular mind control because you can steal things like lands, and dual lands in general is quite it's quite big if you can steal a bounce land. You can steal artifact potentially, which is quite good too. It's just a very powerful card. I mean, I do love Compulsive Research, and Drake Familiar looks decent. I would need a bit more aura to want a second Familiar though. But I think Dream Leech is slightly better than the Research. I mean, both are great, but Mind Control's effects are often pretty great in Limited. Ooh, another Galvanic Arc. I was looking at the Sunhome Enforcer, which is pretty good, but Galvanic Arc is great. Like, it's straight up what I want for my deck. Alright, Blue-Red Aura, definitely a sweet theme. Wajek Ember Mage is fine. I think it's much worse than Vyashinok Fangtail, because you cannot target player. And the Radiance will not really be important most of the time, so it's not my favorite card. Primordial Sage is pretty hard to beat. Very, very, very powerful creature. I could go into green just because of that. Hey, it's quite tempting. I mean, I think I like Drift of Phantasm a bit more than Ember Mage, because like Ember Mage is not great, and I do have some very solid 3-drop to get with my Drift. I mean, the body is quite relevant in some matchups too. Maybe I should just take Primordial Sage though. Like, that card is incredibly hard to beat. That being said, I'm leaning toward a more control-y deck with a bunch of aura and maybe not many creatures. I think I will take the Sage. Worst case scenario, it's gonna be a counter draft, because I don't really want to play against that either. I might just take Feast there and play a blue-green-red aura deck. That seems fine. Apprentice is fine. It works kinda well with Fiery Conclusion, but I think Feast is just much stronger, so I'll go with that. Peel is pretty decent with Wayfinder, and pretty good with a lot of IZ card like Steamcore Weird, IZ Chronarch, or Ogre Savant. You have quite a lot of things to do with Peel, with IZ. It's kinda decent with familiar. I could take the Legionnaire, but I think I'm pretty much moving out of white here and maybe setting up for a green deck. So, I mean, a deck with green in it. So I think I will take the peel. Alright, ooh, there's a Fangtail too. Jeez, that's not easy. I think Fangtail is slightly better than a Drake. Even though I have 2 Galvanic Arc, it's not easy though. Because once you have a few Galvanic Arc, Drake Familiar becomes like truly awesome. And I can also use Familiar to reset an Aura-leash target. I can use it with Fierce too. Like, that card is, if you don't have Aura, it's not good, but when you have enough Aura, it becomes awesome. That being said, the Fangtail is such a solid card. But I could be blue-green splashing for red. It's not an easy thing. I think Fangtail might be slightly better, but the fact that it's double red kinda makes me wanna pick the Drake. Yeah, I think I will go with the Drake. But Fangtail is awesome. It's definitely a great card. But if I can keep my the amount of red I need as low as possible, it's quite good too. Here, I will just take the Rain of Ember. It does kill my Drakes and my Sprites, and I don't really care about anything else. And it's a nice sideboard option against token deck. Alright, we got another Drake. So now I kinda regret that I did not pick the Fangtail. 3 Drake might be a bit too much. I do have 4 Drakes. Alright. I mean, once you manage to have 1 aura, you can draw as many Drake as you want, as long as you manage to keep the aura around. Alright, alright. Well, I think 3 Drake, 1 Fangtail would be better than 4 Drakes, but I did not know that I would get 2 other Drakes, so there is that. I guess I'll take the Spike, which is an option if you see someone playing a bunch of bounce land. It can be pretty punishing for them. Gaze is playable, I guess. Don't really need many more ways to destroy artifact or enchantment, but don't think I want to play any other card here. Alright, so I do. I don't think I've ever played a Ravnica deck with that many 2-drops. This set is not very known for the power level of its 2-drop, but the Drakes honestly look very sweet with 2 Galvanic Arc, a Fist of Ironwood, and potentially a Dreamleech. So we'll see. I might not play 4. 4 is a lot. But the deck looks fun. Definitely fun. Alright, I don't think that card is great. Actually, it's not bad. Sometimes you can kill your opponent with that, and sometimes you can use that just as a way to draw 2 cards at instant speed, even though you will lose a bit of life. The best cards here are clearly the Ors of One. Mortify and Pillory are great. Shrieking Growth is pretty great too. There's a Growlturf and a Drake though. I kinda like having Fixing for my deck. I only have Wayfinder currently, which is fine but a bit light, I would say. That thing is fine if you're playing red, I guess. Cerebral Vortex is not bad. I do like that a decent amount. Torch Drake is just solid creature though. Might just pick the Torch Drake. Yeah. I think it's a very fine card to get here. Ooh, Rumbling Slum. Don't mind if I do. That thing is just very good card, quite undercosted. Another good reason to play green. If I can wield a Street Breaker Worm, that'd be awesome. Dragonaut be good too. And Signet be fine. I have a bunch of 2-drops though, so I'm not sure that I really need a Signet that badly, but Rumbling Slum is great. Alright, so we are Gruul Izzet deck. Unfortunately, we will not get any Simic card because it's in Dissension, but at least the deck looks kind of fun. I mean, the Drake Familiar thing is definitely interesting. Chronarch is great. Now I'm not playing that many instant or sorceries actually. It's pretty good with Fiery Conclusion, I would say, because you can, use that early on, then get it back and sacrifice the Chronarch. It's fine with selling time, fine with remand. If you have 7 mana, you have an infinite combo with Peel where you can, bounce a creature each turn. I think it's a slightly better option than Streetbreaker Worm. The Worm is pretty good though, or Signet. Yeah, I will go with Chronarch. It's the funnier card, I think. Let's try to have fun. Alright, sweet. And yeah, it's another card that makes Peel from Reality better, which I can definitely appreciate. Alright, things are looking sweet. Like, getting back Galvanic Arc and creatures and doing things looks like something really fun. Oh, Electrolyze, I definitely like that. Hatching Plants, not sure that I can make that work. It's a funny card though, it's a funny card, but I don't think it's great. Thunderheads is fine, Dragonaut is good, Boilworks be great, but Electrolyze is just straight up the best card of the pack. It's another thing that's just awesome to get back with the Chronarch, so I don't think there's really a choice here. Ooh, Hypervolt Grasp? Sure, that's another very sweet aura. Awesome, awesome. So the aura deck is coming together. That's sweet, that's really sweet. And blue, green, red is not a color combination that I've often play or often play against. It's pretty sweet. You see a bunch of Grixis deck with Dimir and Izzet card. You see a bunch of blue-white red deck with Boros and Izzet, but blue-green red, you don't see that many deck like that because it's not supported in Ravnica, obviously. I think I will pick the Ogre 7 there. Very solid creature that I do like a decent amount. Vacuum Melt is fine. But yeah, I think the 7th is just a much better choice. Alright, sweet. I'm lacking fixing though currently, which is the main issue about my deck. I will take another Chronarch. I don't care about power, about worms and so on and so forth. I just want fun and enter the battlefield effect. I don't think I'm playing any creature that doesn't have a sweet effect. Well, this is not so sweet, I guess, and Torch Drake is not that of an important effect, but everything else is nice and funny. Ooh, Steamco Weird. I definitely don't mind that. Awesome, that's great to see that going that late. Alright, we have 23 cards. I'm slightly worried about my mana base, but that aside, the deck looks very funny to me. Very, very funny. Like a bunch of auras and card advantage, and yeah, it just looks fun. Alright, the Vortex Wield, which I will probably play. I mean, I think that card is pretty good. Probably just a better option than a Scrapper. Yeah. I might just cut a Drake. I mean, that card it looks good, but ooh, we Dragonaut. Ooh, it's another great thing to get here. Should I cut the green? Maybe I should. Scrapper, I guess it's not bad. Interesting. Let's sort by a color. So I do have 21 playables in red-blue, which is quite a decent amount. That being said, if I cut the green, I lose one of my aura, which are pretty important for the familiar, and I lose 2 very powerful rares that cost double green, which is slightly annoying, but are very good. And I'm not sure what I would add to complete. I need 2 more cards. I could play a Slasher, I guess. I think I will play green. It's slightly risky. I might have some mana issues, but I want to do it. And we'll see how it goes. I might get punished, but whatever. Ooh, another Dragonaut, though. That's great. Like, that card is just very solid. I'm not playing that many instant or sorceries, but you don't need a lot of them to make the Drake, the wee Dragonaut being good. I don't think I will play this aura. Playing green is tempting, but might be just straight up wrong. Because I do have enough playable in blue-red. Yeah. I mean, Slasher is definitely not the most appealing, but having less mana issues is definitely something that I can respect. If I had a bit more bounce land, Signets, Terrarion, anything that could fix my mana base, I would be more happy with playing green. But here, especially since my green is quite powerful, but here I'm a little bit worried. I am definitely a bit worried. I think I will go with the green though. The deck looks much less funny without green. And I'm here to have fun. Alright. I need to cut 2 things though. I cut already 1 Drake, because I don't think I want to stack up too many of these. Like if you are stuck with 2 of these in hand and you don't have any aura, it's pretty bad. And then I have no idea what I could cut or what I want to cut. Like everything seems great, that's the issue. Yeah, it's truly hard to find something. Maybe I should just not play the green. Ah, it's so hard. Green is gonna be... yeah, green could definitely be troublesome for the mana base. But green adds some quite beefy card to end the game. And some powerful things that my opponent will have to answer. It also adds a bit of fixing. Yeah. Not easy. Not an easy choice by any mean. Alright. I guess I could cut Remand. I have so many 2-drops that I don't think it's too appealing. It's nice with Chronarch, but not even that good. And then I will probably play that and play a 41 deck, 41 card deck. It's probably not the right build, but it's the build I want to make. It's the build I want to have fun with, so yeah, it's gonna be that, I think. And hopefully we will not have too many mana issues. Yeah, 5 green. Even with a Wayfinder, like Rumbling Storm and Sage are not gonna be easy to cast. I guess if I can cast these later on, it's not too bad though. I'm really lacking those bounce land, that's the issue. Maybe I should have, passed on some... I should probably... During the draft, I should probably have passed on some spell and get just some dual lands. Bounce land, basically. Yeah. Alright, I will still play green, we'll see how it will go. Hopefully we will not encounter too many mana issues. 4 red, it's not enough though. Ugh. That mana base is completely sick. Alright. I think that honestly the right build might be just straight up blue-red and not caring about the green, even if it's quite appealing and fun. But I cannot resist the MV to play the green. It might be wrong though, jeez, that's really not an easy build to make. Quite interesting, I think. Most of the time in draft, I end up, knowing what I want to play and doing in 30 seconds, 1 minute, but here, it's not so easy. Kinda like the fact that green give me big creature to end the game, which I don't really have if I'm not playing green. I'm playing some, Remand, Slasher, which is pretty bad. Yeah, I think I will go with that. It might be wrong. We might change up during the games. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the draft. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. And I see you guys for round 1.